Okay, so this is my track zx6r. It's been stood for some time, and I've got it up and running. And what I'm going to do is show. I'm going to do a video of how to balance carburetors. So quite a few of you've seen the video how to do the ram here by the pipes coming out here, blanking off the two exhaust intakes. And then obviously they run the tube back up and through here. It uses the airbox as a pressure box. I've done a video on that. I could do with doing another video, but a bit up to date one. But today's video, I'm going to quickly show you, I'll try and keep it short as I can, of how to balance carburetors. So the first thing you need to do before you even start to balance carburetors is make sure these are clean. Your carburetors are clean. Everything's working, the slides are working, the needle clips in the right space, the mixture screws are all set correctly, they've got the right jets in it. For anyone running aftermarket exhaust and a filter, we recommend a Dynajet kit stage 1. In the UK, and I believe it's Europe, if you ring up Dynajet UK and you mention the 98202 zx6 forum and mention Tim's name, they are giving discount. I can't remember whether it's 10% or they're doing 20%, but they are doing discount, but only for the UK and Europe. I don't think they're doing it in the US. And it's a really good kit. This hasn't got it. It's got Dynajet needles in it, but I jet these on my own with an air fuel ratio gauge, and then I always have it on a dyno after I've jet it to make sure it is absolutely right. The fuel on this is okay. So the reason I've been in here is because I fitted a full Micron race exhaust and the jets needed to be adjusted. It used to have a B1H header with a Micron can. I managed to go with a full exhaust. So if you're running a stubby exhaust or you're running a long exhaust like this, these tend to prefer long exhaust to make a bit more top end power, but each to their own. Yeah, definitely get it jetted. And the thing to remember with a Dynajet kit is they are a base setting. It's not a permanent setting, it's a base setting. So even if you go ahead and follow instructions and you fit your kit, always have on a dyno, because it can always be tweaked for better economy, or well, better performance basically. So whatever you do, or with everything, you know, always jet it. So these have been off, they've been rejetted. It has been on a dyno, but when I noticed it was balanced perfectly before I had the carburetors off, and all I've done is change the main jets and get the carbs clean, put them back on, got it running, went to a dyno. I did notice it was really lumping down the bottom end and it wasn't as responsive on the throttle. So that's what basic balancing is. So we're going to balance the carburetors for 1, 2, 3 and 4. There is adjuster screws between the two here. I'll see if I can show you. I don't know if you're going to be able to see this. Get a torch. So can you see that gold screw at the top? That will balance a carburetor 1 and 2 for cylinder 1 and 2. There's another one up here and another one between those. So those balance screws you will do, cylinder 1 and 2 will balance, 2 and 3 will do the middle screw, 3 and 4 do the end. You do these when the bike is up to running temperature, so about 75-85 degrees, and you will then take it on, do it on idle. You will then take it up to about 3,000 RPM. Your gauges should all go up at the same rate and then should drop back down, and a couple of bips of the throttle. It's not as crucial to do it with the airbox on. The manual says airbox on. It is incredibly difficult. I'll have to double take that because I'm not sure the manual says airbox on. A lot of manufacturers say airbox on. I know the later Kawasaki's for doing throttle bodies, not carburetors, is airbox on, but you can do them with the airbox off. It doesn't make much difference. So key bits of equipment: you can't balance carburetors going straight to if it runs a fuel pump going straight to the carburetor. It won't fill the bowls up with enough fuel. It will give you false readings because it can't get enough fuel. It tries to run lean. It's like having an air leak. So you have to feed the pump. The best way to do it is with a tank off if you can, and get yourself a dummy tank. So your pickup points for these are these pipes here. Your 4 pipes, your vacuum pipes. The 2 in the middle would go to a T-piece that would go to, it's a bit like an evac sort of valve on the exhaust. Obviously this is blanked off because of the ram air side of it. this is a Vacuumate. This is an LED, really good bit of equipment. It's very expensive, but this is my living. I'm a motorcycle technician. This is my job, so this gets used quite a lot. These are very expensive. I wouldn't recommend buying one of these for at home. They're about £700 to £800. But avoid the cheap eBay £30 ones. Avoid the ones that you can just stick in the back of here, back of your carburetor, and it gives you a reading, because you won't be able to balance it. It's going to be a nightmare. I recommend you get mercury gauges. You can get them off eBay. They're about £85. If you own one of these bikes, it's good maintenance. That even you could do it once a year if you wanted to. You have the carburetors off to put a spark plug in, or to do something underneath, to put some inlet rubbers on. Always, whenever they come off, even if you don't touch the jets, any other settings, always balance them. They will be out. Like I said, on this one, I pulled the float bowls off. I have a little bit of a clean in the jets. I put different main jets in it, put them on, and I could hear it's out. So I know these all need adjusting. Most bikes, if you get up to the point where you're struggling with this and you can't get the right reading and the fan keeps coming in, it's probably too hot. So just turn it off, let it cool down for half an hour, then go again. With this bike, with it a track bike, it hasn't got a radiator, so I've got to keep it on the temperature. So it might get a bit hot, but I don't think we're that far off. So let's get it running and get it up to temperature and see what these are doing. I have my chokes down here. I've already had it running because, like I say, it's been stuffed for some time. So I'm at 50 degrees rate, so it should be okay. And you can hear it straight away that it's already out. And you can see. So we're going to get the temperature up a little bit. Turn the fuel on might help. That's why it sounds a bit rough. Get some fuel in it. You can see they're out. So the idea is, so this is cylinder 1 and 2, 3 and 4. So when we alter the screw between cylinder 1 and 2, it's going to pull these two together. The screw in the middle for 3 and 4 will alter these two together, and the same for the 8 screw. And we're trying to get them all as best we can in line. It won't always go perfectly in a line, but the best you can. And then we're going to take it up to 3,000 RPM, or give or take, around that, or blip, and they should move together. Like so. So this is cylinder 1, let's see if I can show you. You can hear the revs going, it's going the wrong way. So I'll try and do this one hand the best I can. And it's very, very little increments to get it to move. So if you can see now, it's flickering a little bit. The cylinder 1 and 2 is balanced. So they're pretty good now. Could probably get it a little bit better, but that's pretty good. Like I say, it's not full up to temperature yet, so I'm going to get them roughly in line and then see what they're like at temperature. So I'll see if I can show you. It's a bit hard to get into this one. Another thing to remember is always do it with the choke off, not on. So that was a little tweak. They're roughly in line. They're not perfect, but do some tweaking. And then we're going to do 3 and 4. If I can get round to it. So I can get to it. See these? And it's just the littlest tweaks. That's probably a bit too much. But that's not up to temperature yet, so I'm going to let it go up to temperature. I'm probably going to bring 4 down a little bit because it's too high, look, and then probably see if I can alter these 2 across here. But they're not actually too bad, all these 3, so literally 4 once coming down, it should be okay. So, on to 4. Go the right way. well if you've got a dummy tank. So they're not too bad. We're at 70 degrees now, so you see how they've changed in the 70 degrees. So what we need to do really is sort of bring one up. If I bring one up, it might bring these two down. There we go. That's getting better and better now. We're at 76 degrees, so we're doing well. I'm just going to try and do these two, basically bring these two together a little bit more, and then I might have to adjust, bring these two together a little bit more, and I might have to adjust this. So I'm doing this on my mobile phone, so you have to bear with me with the camera side of it. Right. We're running out of fuel pretty quick here, so the RPM's too high. So don't be afraid to alter the RPM if when adjusting these. Bring that down. You don't want a too high RPM when you're doing this. So you see that, right, so they're not too bad. I'm nearly out of fuel. And that's how you balance a set of carburetors. So I need to top this up with fuel to do some fine tuning, but that's the basis of it. So I hope this video helps people. I might do some more if it does. Like I say, the ram rear side of it, I'm probably going to do a more up-to-date video because it's a little bit changed. But apart from that, anyone doing a Street Fighter, that is really worth doing. It uses the airbox as a pressure box, so you don't have to have your front fairing on. The reason I did that is because I did B1H track fairing, which was an absolute nightmare to fit. But yeah, that's your basis. Make sure the carb. So key tips really: make sure the carburetors are absolutely clean, spot on, jetted correctly. All your mixture screws are adjusted to one level. You can adjust these on the fly; they're not too bad to get to. So if you need to adjust them, you can do them. They're literally that little screw there, right down the bottom. And yeah, decent vacuum gauges is the key for this. Make sure the choke's off. It's up to temperature. Don't be afraid to alter the idle if it needs it. You sort of want around the sort of like 1800 mark on the idle. This is always idled a little bit higher, but it's a bit hard. But it's got a B1H clock on it, so take it with a pinch of salt really. So yeah, decent vacuum gauges. Get yourself a dummy tank. Like I say, I was running out of fuel. I could hear the revs going up slightly, so I had to sort myself out. And whenever you do these, always do it to the pump, to pump the carburetors, otherwise you'll get false readings.